All right, so Brazilian butt lift is a surgery that will let you restore a full and shapy backside. It will let you achieve the desired hourglass shape by delivering you a slimmer waist and rounder buttocks. Now, previously, buttocks implants were were popular rather, especially in the Western world, where most women had really, really flat bum. Now, silicone implants were used to attain bigger butts. However, Brazilian butt lift started taking center stage, and it is gaining a lot of popularity globally because it is believed, right, in quotes, to have more advantages over the Botox implant, as one's body fat is being used instead of silicones that were used in the past. Now, but is this really, really better? And why is it so lucrative in Nigeria? Now, some of those Nigerian celebrities like the ex-Big Brother housemate, Chloe, Alex, the actress Halima Abubakar, I think Anita Joseph as well, are a few people that have come out, right, to share their opinions and advice, ladies, on the BBL. So now, because of this BBL transaction that is becoming a pandemic, the ways ladies also want to lend our voice on this matter, whether they like it or not. And we want to really hear from you as well, right? Let's hear what your thoughts are on this. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow. So I always believe in, instead of saying, don't do this, and this is my principle. If you understand the why as to why things are like this, maybe you can then walk it back to how you can then probably put a stop or minimize, or, do you understand? If somebody's addicted to something, you don't just go, stop being addicted to this. You must ask why. How does it make you feel? What is the high that you get from this and all of that? Then maybe you can then walk that person gradually out of that addiction. And talking about addiction, I've seen that body enhancement surgeries, right, have become almost an addiction. So I was wondering, and I just sat down and I'm asking myself, why is this so? Because, I've heard stories like I wasn't getting any role, I wasn't getting any attention. The people now in the music industry and the movie industries, no attention was given to me. I wasn't getting the big roles and all of that. So as soon as I did this, I started getting numbers, I started getting calls and all of that. And you see this play out. Case in point, there are so many celebrities I can't even begin to name. But let me even start with the one that everybody knows very well about, and they're always yabbing her about her body, Toke Makinwa. When she was flat-chested, flat bum, she was making waves, but not as much as, Yes, and go and check on Instagram. Because people are complaining and shouting, this is that. If people are not doing it, why are they like, it almost seems like there was a no success story, then immediately you do it, there's a success story. So I wanted to find out from you ladies, what are your thoughts? Why do you think this is actually so lucrative in Nigeria, and why is it everywhere? It seems like everybody just wants to have that perfect hourglass shape. What are we going to start with?
Before we start, there was something you said you were going to talk about relating International Sex Day to our conversation.
Oh yeah, I was going to say that a lot of sex workers are also complaining that people that have done the body enhancement surgery, they're taking businesses away from them, because now they have moved prostitution online. So it's now an online business. You just go after you finish your surgery. You
Everything is moving with technology.
In the app, sex workers are complaining that because they stand on the streets, they are waiting for customers. This one, you just go, you swipe, send a DM.
It's a profession, like you said, and all profession is
innovation. Yeah, it's innovation.
Okay, I would of course allow our spokesperson to speak, because honestly I don't have a lot to say. But I just want to correct something, because I'm not Toke Makinwa's friend or anything, but I know her journey, and it has been consistent for a long time and hardworking. So yes, maybe this BBL adds to people talking about her and doing some things, but I'm not going to sort of reduce her success to just being about her butt lifts, because I've known that babe for a long time. That's all I have to say. Over to you.
Before she takes over, when she takes over, it is that. In fact, that's the end of the whole show. Okay. So let me just quickly put in my sneak peek, my snippet. Basically, what I think is not about insecurity, because people say, oh, these individuals that go into it, they are insecure, that's why they actually do it. However, I think that, like Uti said in her introduction, she said that social media has taken everything. You get a lot of attention, and you stated it. You get a lot of attention when you show that body, and your body is, almost impeccable. And of course, the male folk, the female folk would envy you or would want to be with you. I think these are the key reasons that, actually push these individuals to do it, or these ladies to actually go into it. And another thing is this, that, when they feel that for some reason their body is not perfect, they would want to also go into something like that. It's not a crime for somebody to, do something to enhance their look. However, if it's to the detriment or the health of that individual, that is where there is a clause, there is a problem for me.
Okay. So let me reply Elsie first before I come back to Uti. Because you see, when I mentioned someone like Itoka Mekowa, I've not dismissed her work and her journey in terms of the input that she's had with her work, the craft that she has as an on-air personality. She started from radio. She has a lot of accolades accredited to her. I'm saying that if you check her journey, before and after the body enhancement is a tremendous leap. It is completely wide. The gap is wide. And you can't, so take all these big brother people that, go into the big brother house, next thing, they go and do the surgery. You see, it's like, it's an automatic flip. Everybody just wants to follow them. Everybody wants, do you understand? So the fame, guess what? The fame, maybe it was here before. Yeah. It just goes overnight. It's an exponential fame that they experience. Yeah. And that is, for me, that's why I feel that a lot of people, even people that are not even like in your TV face personality, are trying to do that. They use it to do their business. But let me come to Uti. Yeah. So I'm not dismissing her craft. I'm not dismissing her career. I'm saying to you that if you check the growth, and this is not just her, go and check across every one of them. Nancy Sime has done her own. You will see that there is a tremendous, and they pay attention. Yeah. You understand? So you can't dismiss that. Let us be factual. If you want to break down this conversation, nobody is saying that you are not doing your job well. You will do your job well.
No, maybe if you use somebody else that is not Toke Makinwa, maybe I won't be bothered, because I know that for every action there is a reaction. Yeah. And when it comes to how the media works, when you do things that make people talk about you, you have the larger group of people on social media shouting, why are you going to do your body? Self-esteem, blah, blah, blah. And in doing that conversation, you are giving them the talking value that you need to actually survive in the showbiz. So actually, yes, it works for them, because when you do that and you bring eyeballs to yourself, especially when we feel like the body is not proportionate, or we are talking and we're like, there's this change, this person is looking different. There is a difference it will bring. But you mentioned someone who went to Big Brother. What's her name now?
Nengi.
No, not even Nengi. Mercy.
Okay.
A lot has been said that if she didn't have that body, of course she was open about it from the very beginning, that I did this body to get to that point, right? Yeah. If she didn't get it that way, she probably won't be the winner, being able to do the whole twerking and whatnot on the show, right? That is, I understand. But all I'm saying is, or all I was trying to say was that this is somebody that we have seen her journey over 10 years. Right? Yes, there are people who do it and that is their turning point. And I can tell you that there are people that have done it, they still never see money to service the way that they do. So let's not even have that narrative that once you do it, your life changed, because it's sort of also going to defeat the purpose of why you even want us to have this conversation, which is to also help people understand that, yes, it helps you get your self-esteem, but that's not the all and be all of success at the end of the day.
Well, let me hear Uti's thoughts.
We all want to hear it.
I don't know what you people think I'm going to say, but okay. So, like I said, Nigerians have we're consistent, right? We take it to the hilt, then we continue till we fall off. BBL is predicated on liposuction. So we take fat out of one part of your body and we put it in one part of your body. So namely, we suck up the tummy and we put it in the backside. Liposuction, first of all, is not new. We have lost a first lady to it, by the way. So just for context, that we know that this is not new. And this is not a unique to Nigeria problem. I always like to give context. Globally, 2015 to date, BBL as a procedure has grown 77.6%.
That's it.
It is one of the most dangerous surgeries you can do. Because I know that when we talk about it, and that for me is probably where I want to start, because we need people to understand that this thing is no joke. We're talking about somebody that died. You know, because it's become so popular, it's so easy to think it's run of the mill, like you're brushing your teeth or whatever. Let's be clear that this is real life-threatening surgery.
Even the recovery process is crazy.
Yes. So there is a journey. People understand. If you even look at the genesis of plastic surgery, there's a reason why it's called Brazilian for a reason, because the genesis of surgery itself was to eradicate the signs of race. So, you know, in Brazil, they have the whites, they have the blacks. The whole thing was predicated on eugenics, trying to cleanse. And this is where this thing has come from. And this was a doctor who then started this process and has taught it around the world. But I like to look at turning points in culture, right? I keep saying, for me, Kim Kardashian was the first person.
Oh yes, the entire keeping up with the Kardashian show.
Caucasians and white people became obsessed with, because if you think about the supermodels of the early 80s
Kate
and
Moss, they were skinny.
The ideal aesthetic of a white woman then was stick with big boobs. So breast implants and boob jobs were the most popular surgery back then. But what happened was we started to see a shift, right? Where people like the Kardashians came on the scene. Hip-hop culture.
Absolutely.
What do they call those girls? Video vixens. Started to change the narrative. So then it became interesting. Like, it was interesting to be thick. So before, we all wanted to be stick thin. That was all the magazines were selling. And then big boobs. And then that changed. So the narrative, the Nicki Minaj's of the world, they changed that narrative. And of course, the minute you know, media is powerful. Industries are powerful. The fashion industry, the beauty industry. So the narrative changed. So of course, we were coming off models, the controversy around models being super skinny and models being, you know, people eating cotton wool to stay thin, all of that. And then here came a more profitable narrative. The influencer was born. Kim K and her family. You know, at one point, I think she did x-rays.
Yes, to prove that there was no implant in her butt. Yes.
But because you've moved fat, who can prove whether they actually had? Because, I mean, they're half Armenian. Armenia is a European country, so it's not like yes, it has some Middle Eastern, but it's not like they are known for...
The way the bomb is.
Yes. But what happened was the influencer was born, the digital space came, and then it was cheap. In Nigeria, it's 3 million circa. Abroad, $3,500, $5,000, $5,500, depending on where you go.
And you can take
for the surgery.
For it.
Right? You can take a loan for it. I remember when they started that in the UK too. So the fact is, we have created an enabling environment for the output, and we've created an enabling environment for the input because it's cheap. So when we want to talk Naira and Kobo, dollar and cents, what's the return on investment? Whether people are arguing token, no token, it's made high, no made high. We have a whole host of celebrities.
Yes.
Before I knew we were going to talk about this topic, we're talking about a very popular actress. A few days ago, and I was saying that, my friend was like, but she always had a big bum. I said, no, come with me, come closer, come to Instagram. I can tell you exactly when she did it and when it happened. So the silhouette, you know, when we used to watch cartoons, if you remember that silhouette of Betty Boop or Jessica Rabbit, the figure 8 curves, big boobs, hips, hourglass, and everything. Now, the narrative has come to the fact where that is now the desirable. You know, you talked about Obi Kubana, right?
Yes.
Obi Kubana now is going back to the old narrative. Nigeria, I know Nigeria, when you have money, fat was the sign of you having money. Then what did that transition happen? Darigo won Miss, Agbani won Miss, and World. We all realized, whoa, skinny is lush, healthy is everything. I remember coming back to Nigeria, and right at the airport, I saw somebody stretching leg. I was like, what's going on here? They say we fit farming. That's the first time I heard it. But So this transition now is that globally, they've gone the other way. We've gone from now, you now hear descriptions of thick. Somewhere between slim and fat, there is thick. But thick is a reference to the lower regions, the hips, the thighs, and all of that. So we've had a shift. So first of all, the shift is not a Nigerian shift. No,
it's a global, clear.
It's a global shift. Yeah. And it is now a shift that is our influencers digitally, which is why your sex workers, you need to scale up. You need to keep with the times if you want to stay in business. That's how businesses thrive. They go with the times.
An issue for them.
But the fact is, these people have changed, and the media followed. The beauty industries followed because they realized how lucrative these influencers were. People were paying. I remember, what's that club in Las Vegas? Is it Club Tao? For how many years in a row they paid Kim Kardashian an obscene amount of money to come and celebrate her birthday day. She didn't pay them. They paid her to come and sit in the VIP on the balcony, drink very expensive champagne, hold a mic for a few minutes and say, hello everybody, thank you for coming to party with me on my birthday. Oh my God. And when we were back to the show, so was she the one that came to Nigeria?
The plane was still on.
So people were upset when she came. I was like, what did you expect her to do? Did you ever watch her show? This is exactly what she did in her appearance. I'm so happy you came out to party with me and my family. Oh my God. That's it. She don't do nothing else. She's not famous for anything else. She's an influencer. But because these industries realized that the influencers had become, in fact, the fashion models now needed to learn how to become influencers to stay relevant.
Absolutely.
Totally.
So the influencers came in and they changed the narrative. So, excuse me, when you influence, you are influencing the masses. You go sell it. So people now, it's in your faces every day.
Absolutely.
It's like I was saying, you know, we don't respect our celebrities. We just take Nasi, Sime, Toke. We're just calling their names anyhow. Like you recall, what's her name? Give me one popular actress, Julia Roberts. Or you, I mean, those are Hollywood. I mean, you people should reference your Nollywood.
Let me reference our celebrities. We want to open our phone line. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned into our Ladies' Night Out, and we are asking, why is Brazilian butt lift so lucrative right now in Nigeria? Now, please, let's hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. You can also tweet at us at WayShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WayShow. Our phone line is now open. Remember, the number to call is 07025007749, and turn off the volume of your television set when you're calling. Uti, I'd like you to conclude, but I want to ask this question. The why. We've not answered the why. You know, so there's a global thing, right? I know it's a global trend, and I know all this thickness and all of that started with Kardashian, because I remember that time we used to watch. My sister loves Kardashian before, so I would always watch it, and I know that I saw those episodes where they would go and sit on a scanner just to scan the butt, just to prove that they didn't have implants on. Then they were not letting out their secrets.
It's just Kim K though.
No, I think Chloe did it, and
not Chloe.
Courtney.
No, Courtney has the kids. Chloe did it.
And two of them, they were always sitting on the scanner to scan the bum to prove to the world that they. But you know, then they were still keeping it under low key until, of course, they now saw that this might be a business. I'm sure a lot of doctors paid them to make it a big deal for people. So I want to ask the why in Nigeria. Okay. So youngest old man from Lagos.
Oh wow!
Thank you for calling. Let's hear what you have to say.
Good evening.
Good evening. Volume.
You see, this is your topic, the thing I kind of felt for the lady that lost her life in trying to make her nature look more better than the way heavens created it. It's okay. Now it's in the rain. But for me, I kind of advise people, because one funny thing about Nigerians is that we don't really go after consequences. We only go after the results. So it's natural about us. We are stubborn to that extent. So honestly, when people are talking now, I think we should be just for example now, doing the other thing in the other room for the younger ones. I think instead of telling them not to do it, you tell them the safest way to do it. Because even if you say they should not do it, they will still do it. True. So I have to use that terms to advise the younger ones coming up. I think the organizations or anybody involved should see how we can imply insurance into this system. Where you want to go and do such thing, the insurance company will come in and give you a life insurance. It's going to help them to checkmate the safety of what we are going into. Because when you have a life insurance, that is already helping you to be safe on one ground. Then on the other hand, even if you buy, the people who suffer from morning till night, the woman will carry you for 9 months for belle, and other people will be around you, go get small thing where they go tell you belle, because maybe not be the breadwinner or the pancake winner or the pure water winner in the family. So that the pain not too much. But if you choose to follow the hard way, which is not the only way, and you buy on that, then the insurance company will just pay. And somebody will get something to when you are crying, the tears will not be wavy. Because this is pure wasting of life. That is my understanding.
Thank you. So what I understand you were saying is that, whether we like it or not, people will still do it. So let's not tell them that don't do it. Let us just tell them safe ways to do it. Yeah. And that's the truth. That's what you talked about Turkey.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, it's a risk you are assuming yourself. So, no insurance going to cover you, by the way. So, to come back to the why, right? We understand now that if you follow the trend, Nigerians, we follow the trends and we are quite dedicated to following trends. So it has hit our shores. Now, why is it now taking hold rapid fire? First, there's access. We talk about how to do it safely. A few years ago, there was one plastic surgeon on social media in Lagos. Now, this was the one on in VI, the man. I won't call the name of the brand, but he started it. And I think he returned from either the UK or the US, and he opened his clinic. And then all of a sudden, more and more started popping up. Who was the lady who
that people died?
The lady, right. So we started to see this clinic where somebody died now is in Mende in Maryland. I mean, just the name alone concerns me. But they have 35 or almost 40,000 followers on social media. Wow. So it became accessible. And even though 3 million is a lot of money, it is also not a lot of money in context. So like we said, this surgery is not a particularly expensive one. So there's access. There is motive. Social media is remember I said influencers. You see the people whose lives you want to have on social media. Living these lives, and you want it. One of the key areas that I think we talked about it when we had Obina on the show. Some fashion designers have used their bodies, done their bodies, and used their bodies to sell their outfits. That is a strategy to market. Just so this is for you to understand the whys of different people. You already talked about the actresses and the celebrities. It adds to the value. There is now a certain aesthetic that we want to see. So producers, directors, all of these people, they want to see it. So if you're serious about the industry at some point, like Youngest Old Man said, it's the trend. You will either give in.
In fact, sorry, my darling. There's a particular movie, I will tell you people after the show, that what I heard at the end of the day was because of that role, they were going to give her the lead role. She was not particularly qualified for that movie. And that movie didn't do so well. But because she had gone to do her body, right, they gave her that role. Because you're supposed to look a
certain type of way.
So it's all about the visual.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to say, that we're a very visual culture. Look at the AMVCAs now. Picture, it's like, you have a choice. Either you see one that was marginally well done, or a lot of them are botched, by the way. When you see it, you know that. Because it's a very unnatural aesthetic. Your waist is thin. And then it's like somebody just, as you were going, someone just threw a ball at you and it's stuck. That's what it looks like. And I mean, to each their own. If that's the aesthetic that you like, it's great. This is not a body shaming situation. But there are very viable reasons today why people are doing it. And let's not kid people, it's profitable. The people who have done it, whether they be celebrities, whether they be Big Brother housemates, whether they be digital influencers, regular people, they see it's an investment, and there's a real ROI.
Where is the ROI? But let me take Tony from Lagos. I want to know what the ROI is, because it's like say even myself now. I'm thinking something. Tony, you're live.
Tommy.
Tommy, go ahead, you're live.
All right. Yeah, good evening.
Hi.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
Very well.
Yeah, I must appreciate what you are doing there. So let me give, my own little contribution. I will go a bit biblical. You know, we are told in the Bible that God created us in His own image. Anybody, either a woman, man, and all trained in body structure. He's saying indirectly that God has not done well. That God has not created. So he or she is adding our own to what we've done. That's then two, in my language, there's a proverb that says, "See your money by the and come and say, if a young person can live in the bush, nobody will tell him or her that dog can get the person. So if you go ahead and do whatever they want to do with their body, the side effects they will pay for it. As simple as that.
Sorry, Tommy, I can't.
Can you hear me well?
Go ahead, yeah. Thank you, Tommy.
So I think what I was able to grasp from what he said was basically that they should, if they want to do it, they can go ahead and do this their body. But however, there are
You should know that there are consequences.
There are consequences afterwards.
I was going to say, what's this ROI, right? Because a lot of people have argued that people do these things because of insecurity, but I think it has gone beyond insecurities. It's gone beyond insecurity because, they said that, you see the Brazilian butt particularly, taking out fat and injecting into your butt, that the bomb, I read a medical doctor explaining the tiny veins that are in your buttocks, right? That if they inject that fat and it mistakenly enters any of those veins, it is death straight. So you know how extremely risky this is, and you're doing it. So it has to be beyond just, what's it called, insecurities and maybe people trying to accept your body. There has to be a financial, profit that comes with it. Because if I'm investing 3 million naira, please, what's the ROI? That somebody will just like my picture on Instagram and I'll have more followers.
Motivations are different. I know somebody who had paid. This was somebody who, no jokes, was probably earning 2M a month. Slim, beautiful, gorgeous person. She paid. The only reason why she didn't do it was in the course of her test, she found out she was pregnant. Oops. Right? But the reality was, it wasn't a ROI thing. She liked the look and she wanted it. So the motivations are different for everybody. Some people, it's about self-esteem. They've never liked their body. They want to change. Yeah. Some people, there is, I want to attract more people. I want to attract more men. Like I said, some people, they use it to sell their business. They have fashion to sell, and this is the way to garner attention. It is profitable wherever. So what profitable means is just like when you say what does success mean to you. It's relative to the different situations. But is there value to it today? Yes, there is. But the fact is, it is also trending. And we know how we are as Nigerians with trends. If I can afford it, and you've seen the pictures. It looks, when you see it, you're like, okay, everybody's going to notice me, and everybody wants to walk in the room and be noticed.
I actually like how you reiterate Nigerians and doing trends are taking it overboard. Because this whole entertainment industry we're talking about, we still watch Hollywood, movies of 2020. They are still looking like normal human beings. Not everybody is like bottle. Right, so it feels like we are the ones.
They've passed bottle at this point.
Because it feels like we are the ones that are now crazy. Look, just go to maybe anywhere you watch your movie on. Go and watch 2020 movies. Don't even go to 2022. Don't even go to 2021. They are still looking normal. So I get that it's a trend, and I like how she's always reiterating it that when we latch on something, we do it to define now until maybe the whole world will have to come together to beg us, I beg, don't do it again. But this trend is now picking its roots more in Africa. And I think it still goes back to that self-esteem.
I want to ask a question, because there are some celebrities that I already knew that they had really cute butts, right? I have one particular one in my mind.
The lady that died, look at the picture of her. She really did it.
But I hear that once you start it, you need to go for refills and all of that.
So you think she has done it before, yeah?
Good. Okay, so you need to go for refills. But I was going to say that, because there were celebrities that I know, they already had cute butts. So when they eventually did, I'm wondering, why did you go and spoil that really nice? See, if I want to do me, I don't. I've said it. Anybody that cares to know, it's just that me, I cannot bear pain, right? But you see, this my belly. If I have the opportunity to go and make it tiny and flat and everything, so I can wear my bikini, I cannot bear the pain. Okay. You understand? So that's why I'm suffering doing my sit-ups at home. You know, I can't bear the pain. But if I had the opportunity to do it, I will. You know, my tummy, I would do but not feeling bum anywhere. No, I don't need that. But I'm just saying to you that, so can insecurity get you to that point where you actually look at yourself in the mirror and, you know, put your life at risk? Is it that bad?
Yes.
I think it can. Wow. Just very case in point, you see people who meet a man today, and the man says, I like somebody who is chubby. Like they begin to eat. Tomorrow they meet another one. I like somebody who is slim. They begin to work out because they want to look. So they don't even have
an identity.
It's based on what the market is. Let me call it market now. What the market is. Like, who am I trying to attract? What do they want? How do they want me to look like? There is no self-realization.
Prince is beholding. I'm sorry. Praise your life. ROI. Praise your life. Is he there? Hello? I think we lost the call.
So you are talking about insecurity.
I just want to
quickly say before you say, people are drug mules. They swallow drugs for the same ROI, for the same insecurity. People rob today. They do smash and grab on the road. Totally. So I don't understand this question when she said
no, nah.
However, there are other reasons aside from insecurities. I was going to take it from the perspective of, you know, some ladies or some individuals who meet somebody who would want to pay for it. And they would say, oh, this opportunity will not pass me by. I would rather take the pain. I would rather go through everything, the consequences, so long as I'm not the one paying for it.
Absolutely. Austin for Benin, please. We have 1 minute left. Go ahead. Austin, you're live.
Yes, I'll be quick. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Actually, okay, I want to say that in this your program now, let's be having discussions like this, not politics. This will help to rejuvenate us. Okay, so what I really want to say here is that for Nigerian men who really know what they want, what we look out for is your character and your brain. Your character and your brain, and not whether you have big boots or not. No, that's just the truth. Your character and your brain. Thank you.
Thank you. I think there's a comment on YouTube to that regard.
Says, speaking to what he just says, the bomb is temporary attraction. The brain sustains the relationship. Ladies, enlarge your thinking faculty, and that's from God's power. And it's also interesting that we've not even been able to relate this whole thing to relationship yet, right?
Because
so what if you have the brain and you now have the bum? That's double blessing for the man. Abi?
But why would a man come
but look at how that music went viral.
To change yourself. Like, if what you're seeing is not what you like, why not go to someone who has what you want? Why do you want to change the entirety of somebody, risk their life, make them feel less of themselves because you want to have them? You know, they are.
So I like how all of you are showing your age. Please, culture changes.
Yes.
Okay,
what men like over time has changed. This is why I said that the power of the beauty industry, it is what the industry tells you is beautiful. So these men who are saying now is because you grew up in a time when, yes, brains were appreciated. Have you met today's young girls? Do you see what happens on Twitter? They don't care what you have upstairs.
Nothing.
They just like what they see. You see people, I mean, there was a day I was just scrolling on Twitter and I saw some, I'm sorry, I can't describe him as anything other than Raggedy Andy young man. With, like, in fact, I couldn't understand it. I thought that this thread was going to be, you know, one of those ones you just post and nothing happens. And he said, I'm looking for my next girlfriend. You want to see the post?
And the like.
Girls started popping their pictures. I'm like,
they were posting their pictures.
I'm telling you to be picked. Do you see the man?
Let's take comments. We have run out of time.
This says, hi ladies. Uti, BBL procedures by relatively healthy, normal women are induced by inferiority complex and need for
Male attention.
Male attention. Sorry, I'm not using my glasses. Male attention. Speaking as someone who has held natural and cosmetic parts, I testify the natural feels better by far and looks natural in an aging body. For the Toke example, her bum is a poorly done job.
Jesus.
And an eyesore. Ufoma.
That's for Ufoma or not us. Go ahead quickly. Quickly.
Okay. Hi guys, while I respect people's opinions, this conversation has left me so confused. People, they try, Sha. Could you please confirm when you have the waist program so I can set my YouTube right? So that's Chisom.
Chisom is 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go ahead.
Awesome. Austin from Delta says that people are following the trend doesn't mean one should follow blindly. Let me take you back to yesterday's discussion where one of you said one should understand what he or she wants in a marriage. Yes. I'm over 60 and I know it's different strokes for different folks. Totally. While some men prefer the so-called trim shape, some men love the plus, even over plus ladies. Yeah. It's choice. Okay, it's choice. Plastic surgery is dangerous. Remember a former first lady lost her life some years ago abroad over plastic surgery. Please remain natural. Some ladies bleach and when you see some of them, they look like monsters with patches. Eyesore to behold. It works for some though. Remember, we all do not have the same skin chemistry. Be wise.
Okay, so good evening, my dear beautiful sisters of What Are You Saying Ways. Why is Brazilian butt lift so lucrative in Nigeria? That is the question for now. There is no too much talk about it. Whether people gain or not, they will still be involved in BBL. Like what youngest old man said, people are interested in what they gain from this and not the consequences. The consequence should be first put into consideration and they should not be stubborn about it. Absolutely. Sister Uti said something very vital. We lost a one-time first lady due to such process. Then where is the gain there? People should first think before changing the shape of their bodies. It's very important. My dear beautiful ladies, Uti, where have you been? I really missed you. Daniel,
we are begging you, stop sending us long comments. Thank you so much, ladies. I think we had fun after all.
Yeah,
trust me. All right, so remember you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, let's continue the conversation online. Now, if you missed today's quote, here it is again. Okay, where's my quote? I don't have a problem with someone having plastic surgery, but I think it's crazy for everyone to have the same body. All right, we'll see you guys live tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen.